FX Nation, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. As you can see, we're taking a look at the dollar index. Now, why is this important? Because for me, the dollar index essentially tells you what's going to happen with the dollar. And as you know, as the Fed keeps increasing interest rates and wanting to take control of the inflation, this is what's going to continue to happen. And we've talked about this quite a lot. So the last update that we gave, we were somewhere around this particular area. We had just broken from the major structure point of 103, and we were on our way to 120. Okay, we are still on our way to 120. That's going to happen no matter what. So the question becomes, are we getting there too fast? Are we getting there too fast? I don't know. We're almost halfway there already in a few months. So I think after the election in November, we're going to see a huge, massive move. So talking about the dollar index right now, as you can see, we're on a pullback right now, obviously, from the dollar index. And what I believe is going to happen next is we're just waiting essentially for this pullback to end, and then we'll go ahead and continue to move higher, of course. So if we take a look at this really on the smaller time frame, we can map out what it's doing with our cycles. All right. And so you could see here, we came off of a peak formation high, and we're moving down to finish the cycle. Currently right now, this is probably 3.6 times ADR, okay, from its peak formation high. So we've already completed the cycle. The question is, when is a peak formation low going to form? That's really the biggest question for me. And I believe that the best place for a peak formation to form is going to be right here after they grab orders that are sitting here, okay? Because that's what I would do. If I was a market maker, I would grab the orders that are here, and if I needed to grab more orders to go higher, I would actually grab orders that are sitting right here in this area, okay? There's going to be a lot of orders that are sitting in this particular area. You can see there's a peak formation low reset, and then also a peak formation low there. So there's going to be quite a few orders that are sitting right here. Now, the dollar index can go all the way back down to here, because this would only be about 4.5 times ADR. So it is possible for them to come down here. Okay, but for me, very likely what I'm looking at is at least to grab these orders here, which will basically put, once they grab the orders, they'll obviously need to go below this to grab all the orders, and then that would put them at 4 times ADR. Okay, now moving forward from there, then we can go ahead and start to look for buy options and start to look for the buys again. So what does this mean essentially for the other pairs that we're looking at when we talk about the dollar index? So if we take a look at the other pair that we look at with this, which is the NAS 100, okay, you can see with the NAS, I talked about getting down to 108.15, which it did, as you can see right here, right? Because that's a big area there on the higher time frame, right? Now below that, the next mark that we would have below that is essentially 67.89 point. That's the next major point of structure. All right. So this is almost like when we talked about gold in the previous video, where we had that particular mark set of what was it, 1670. Well, this is the same thing for NAS 100, which was 108. And so now, if we look at in the smaller time frame, here is NAS 100 on the 2-hour time frame. You could see that we also just created a peak formation low. The difference is that we're not anywhere near a cycle yet. Okay, nowhere near that. So right now it's sitting at about 2.1 times ADR. 3 times ADR you can see is right here, and then 3.9 times ADR is up here. Now, me personally, I would like it to go up to 3.9 times ADR because there's this big gap that we have to cover, okay? And also, if we go ahead and we fib it from the last lower high down to when this retracement really started, which is down here, guess where we are when we get to 618 and between 786, right? We're in that range where we could basically go up and cover this and then call it a day, just like we went back up and covered this up here, this gap. Okay, so same scenario is what I'm looking for here, and everything would match perfectly. You wouldn't be going over a cycle or anything like that, right? So that's what I am looking for on NAS 100. If we can keep gold, if the dollar index can go down to that 4.5 mark, it'll keep pushing this to up here to around 3.9. So that's essentially what I'm looking for when I compare the two. Okay, now US 30, which was the other one that we mark up again, is the exact same thing because they literally move identical to each other. If we take a look, this one's average is a little bit different. This is right about 2.2 times ADR right now. You can see where 3 times ADR is, and you can see if we go up to 4.2, which is completely possible, we can go ahead and cover this gap that was left open. But more importantly than that, when we fib it from the top to the bottom, okay, when we have this lower low here, and we go back, start going back up, you can see that we again get into the middle of the sweet spot, which is 618 and 786. Okay, so that's what I'm looking for out of both US 30 and the NAS 100. Again, they're both going to follow each other, doing the same behavior. So what NAS 100 does, US 30 is going to do the exact same thing. Remember, these are stocks; these aren't actual Forex pairs. Okay, these are basically indexes for the stock market. All right, so that's what I'm looking for on both of these, and that's what I'm looking for on the dollar index to do. So hopefully we can get that happening, and then we can go ahead and start to look for sell options once we complete this full cycle on both the US 30 and the NAS 100. If you have the ability to trade the dollar index, I literally just gave you the analysis on the dollar index. So if you do trade the dollar index, you should expect what you could see. I wouldn't worry about trading the dollar index until we get the peak formation low, because when we get the peak formation low, that's when we're going to have the huge move again, and we're going to go past this. Okay, and the goal again is still to get to 120, and we have plenty of room to look for buys once we get a confirmed peak formation low. Once it forms, man, you have so much opportunity here on the way up. All right, so don't rush it. Don't rush to get into the trade. Remember, if you're trading is all about patience. You get paid to wait. So are you willing to get paid? Are you willing to wait to get paid? Should be the question that you should be asking. All right, same thing on NAS 100, same thing on US 30. Have patience with it. Let it do what it needs to do first. And once it does, once you have that confirmed peak formation high, you have plenty of room to sell, because this thing is going to continue to sell. It's going to continue to sell. I promise you that. Until the Fed gets the inflation under control or they pivot, you're going to continue to see more sells. And of course, we're going to have retracements just like we're having right now, right? We have to have a retracement to grab more orders, okay? And then we can keep going up higher. Now, an interesting part is if we take from the peak formation low here and we fib it up to the peak formation high, I mean, again, look where we're at, 618 and then 786, that's where these orders are. So it's all there for me, I think, very black and white of what I'm looking for. All right, so be patient with it, guys. Hope you enjoyed the analysis for the dollar index, NAS 100 and US 30. If you like this type of content, guys, please give me a like, subscribe to the channel. And if you want to see the pair that you trade frequently on this channel for an analysis, just comment it below and I'll go ahead and do a video. Also, if you have any video ideas that you want to see, let me know in the comments below and I'll be sure to start working on those videos for you. All right, guys, thank you so much. Hope you have a great rest of your week trading. Guys, if you enjoy the content that we produce on this channel, if you find value in that content, please consider joining us in our next FXN Masterclass. You can see the date that our next class will be held. All of the information is linked below in the description of this video, We hope to see you in the next masterclass so we can help you reach all of your trading goals, guys. Have a great rest of your day.